Miss San Esteban.
Alright, okay. Good morning. Are you ready for today, Miss Sanchez?
Yes.
Okay, so thanks for joining us first of all today. To start things off, can you firstly introduce yourself?
So, my name is Loy Sanchez. I recently graduated with a degree in information technology, and I'd like to share my OJT experience. I worked mainly in technical support, handling troubleshooting, device maintenance, and basic network setups. I'm so excited to be here and explore this great opportunity.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. Since you have OJT experience, what was the most memorable task that you handled?
Oh, I'd definitely say the day at the office where the network suddenly slowed down. Everyone panicked. I helped check the connections and noticed one workstation was looping due to faulty cable. After replacing it and rebooting the router, the network stabilized. It was stressful, but I learned a lot.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive for an intern, Miss Sanchez. Okay, for the next question, what would you say is your strongest technical skill right now?
So, I can confidently say that I'm strongest in diagnosing hardware issues and setting up operating systems. I'm also confident in basic networking, configuring routers, assigning IP addresses, and checking for conflicts.
That's really nice to hear. So let's say a user reports an issue but explains it poorly. How do you usually handle that kind of situation, Miss Sanchez?
Firstly, I would definitely break down the questions. Then I'll simply ask them guided prompts like when did it start or like what happened before the error. Most of the time, the real problem reveals itself through their answers. So it also makes them feel comfortable and less pressure.
Good approach, Miss Sanchez. So for the last question, why should our IT department consider hiring someone like you or you specifically?
It's definitely because I bring a mix of enthusiasm and practical experience. I'm not just looking for a job, I'm looking for a place to grow. I can confidently say that I'm reliable and I can communicate well with the users, and I'm also willing to work hard to contribute to the team.
Okay, great answer. So before we end, do you have any questions to me?
Actually, I do. What's one skill you think new IT staff should really focus on when they start working here?
Good question, Miss Sanchez. So, for me, that is adaptability. So, technology changes fast and we value people who can learn quickly and adjust, of course.
Thank you. I appreciate that insight. I'll be definitely keeping that in mind.
Thank you as well. This concludes your interview. I'll email you for the result.
Thank you, Miss San Esteban.
Good afternoon, Miss Sanchez.
So, good afternoon. Are you ready?
Well, I guess I am.
Okay, let's begin. So, from what I can see on your resume, you applied for an IT position. Can you first introduce yourself and tell me about your IT background?
Okay, so first things first, good afternoon, Miss Sanchez. I'm Andrea San Esteban and I recently graduated with a degree in IT. And during my OJT, I work closely with the tech support team. I handle troubleshooting device imaging and assisting users with software issues. So actually, those experiences made me confident in working in an IT environment.
Okay, that's good to know. But basing on what you said earlier, what is one OJT task that really taught you something valuable?
Actually, there was a time when an employee kept getting locked out of their account. Instead of just resetting it, I checked the logs and found out multiple background apps were trying to sync with the old credentials. So, fixing that issue taught me that not every problem has an obvious cause. We have to, or you have to, investigate deeper in order to know it.
Good mindset. What IT tools or software are you comfortable working with?
To think of it, I'm confident in using remote desktop tools, system imaging software, and such as like Windows and Linux terminals, and ticketing system. I also have basic experience with SQL and network monitoring tools.
Good, but how do you manage tasks when multiple issues come in at the same time?
That's actually interesting question. But based on that, I prioritize based on urgency. So if it affects many users or disrupts operations, that should come first. Like for smaller issues, I queue them properly and update the users so they're not left without information, since being left without information sounds actually or is really actually bad.
For your last question, what makes you excited to work in our company as an IT?
Mm. Actually, for me, IT never gets boring. Every day feels like different. New problems, new solutions, and new things to learn. I actually really enjoy figuring things out and helping people when their devices fail. It it somehow feels rewarding for me.
Right, before we wrap up, do you have any follow-up questions?
Actually, I do have a follow-up question.
Sure, go ahead.
So, how does your team collaborate when handling bigger technical issues?
When handling bigger technical issues, we usually work in pairs or small groups. One will handle the diagnostics, while others will look at the logs or configurations. Communication is definitely the key.
That actually sounds motivating and it feels like a great environment. Thank you, Miss Sanchez.
Welcome. All right, I'll send you an email when the results are out. This concludes your interview.
Thank you again. Thank you for your time.
Welcome, Miss San Esteban.
Thank you.
Thank you.